But speaking of being old men who play all these old games, look, I made a whole video where I said the way that they make games at id Software
are the way
they make a game. They make Doom Eternal. That's a game.
Yeah, Doom Eternal's a gameplay first type of game, right? Literally, yeah. Here's a bunch of flying monsters, and go fuck them up. Literally, that's it. Go rip them in half. Go shoot them. It's interesting how many different types of enemies there are, and how they interact with you.
Yeah.
And how you have to handle them. Platforming's fine. Yeah. No complaints, honestly.
Like, the thing about Doom Eternal is that... So, I played Doom Eternal when it came out in March. And later I replayed Doom 2016. It reminded me, like, what it is to just play a fucking game.
Right.
And I don't want to repeat what I said in my video that I made about, like, specialization in games too much, but it reminds you, like, what it feels like when a game doesn't have a bunch of meandering bullshit, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, us, like, okay, it's a game where you shoot dudes.
Right.
Let's make sure, heck, we give you a lot of weapons. We give you a lot of weapon mods. We give you a lot of enemies. We give you a lot of different kinds of arenas,
Just
right?
go in there and
but
fuck
it's
'em up,
all
yeah.
still, it rotates around what? Shooting dudes.
Right.
Like, khalas. Like, I feel like there was stuff they added into the story of Doom Eternal that, like, I didn't understand.
Honestly, you're fighting demons in hell. That's really
like
all
a lot of people tell me that, like, if you read the codex, if you read like the journals and shit,
oh yeah,
that come with it, you'd be like, wow, this story is actually really interesting and cool. But look, hey, bro, it's Doom.
We don't play games to read. All right, I don't think anyone's that.
Not just that. Here's the thing. Look, I played visual novels before. I actually enjoy... I think I've said this on the channel multiple times. I like visual novels.
Right.
But there are times, like, when you're playing Doom.
You don't want to sit there and read
Doom.
a diary, you know?
You want to go shoot dudes. So I'm sure people tell me, yeah, the story is actually really well written if you read it. I'm like, bro, I'm sure it is. How about this? I'm sure it is. I don't care. I'm sure that makes me sound like an ignorant akhwat, like, I'll go shoot dudes.
Me kidding.
But khalas, I want to shoot dudes.
Yeah, I think a game like Donkey Kong Country is
more our style.
Taste.
So
we operate on the same IQ as Donkey Kong.
And is it bad that, like, it's easier for us to complain than to say good things?
Yeah, I think it just says something about
like, Doom Eternal. Can't say that much because it's just a good game.
Yeah, no, it's great. Like, if it got Game of the Year, I'd be happy.
In fact, I think there's a debate in that community. Is 2016 better than Eternal? After I played both back to back, I honestly think Eternal's the better one.
I could agree.
Because
I feel like it just gave you more.
It gave you more, but I feel one of my big problems with the original game, or the 2016 one, was the environment design. Like, the environment variety, it's like, yeah, here's a bunch of, like, orange, you're on Mars, and then you're in a bunch of, like, industrial areas, right? You only go to hell, like, twice in 2016. Doom Eternal, it almost felt like Halo sometimes. Like,
yes.
You keep going to different planets with, like, different environments and shit. Like, there was a snow planet and, like,
that's cool with me.
Like a weird ancestral ancestor planet.
Wasn't there highways or something like that?
A what?
Weren't we in the city at one point?
Yeah, at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's called Hell on Earth. Well, I mean, Doom 2, which this game is inspired by, was called Doom 2 Hell on Earth.
Okay.
So, yeah, there was Hell on Earth. So, and it's important for me in games to have, like, environment variety.
Yeah.
Which Eternal had a lot of. And Eternal included, like, it had a little more platforming. Mm-hmm. So, I wouldn't say I ever got that bored with 2016. But there is a point where it's kind of like, okay, I've shot a lot of dudes. You know what I mean? Like, the dudes keep coming.
With games, it's more like a roller coaster, right? You got to have the highs and lows, right?
Yeah.
You got the highs of the shooting and the ripping dudes in half with chainsaw, but it can't be like that all the time. It's going to wear you out.
Yes.
But with the platforming, that gave you, like, a nice little break and, made you use your brain just a teeny bit.
Yeah.
To, get across the lava.
And I thought the platforming in this one was fine.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fine.
Platforming in first person is always hard because like you can't see your feet.
Right.
Like, it was fine.
Yeah.
Like, it gave you, like you said, it gave you the dip. It gave you the trough to the peak.
So that way, once you get back into the fighting, you're, like, ready to go.
Yeah. So honestly, we look at these games of the year, right? If we're talking about what is most likely for them to give it to.
Right.
What do you want?
Hey. Congratulations. Bye.
Alhamdulillah.
It's okay.
He's gonna fight me too, King.
Yeah.
That's all staying in there, by the way.
Yeah, might not keep it in there.
Oh my god. Look, if we're talking about for them to give it to Game of the Year, let's talk about what they're not gonna give it to.
Okay. They're not giving it to Animal Crossing.
It's not gonna give it to Animal Crossing.
No way.
And again, I want to make it clear because this game has sold more than like the rest of these by a lot. I think.
Yeah.
We're not saying that Animal Crossing is a bad game.
Of course not.
When we say that it's not likely to win, it's not because we're talking from ignorance of not playing it.
Right.
We're
Is it a game that the judges are gonna select to be Game of the Year? Because that's really what it is. Just,
yes, that's what we're talking about.
Those people like sitting in the chairs, they just pick something and they're like, yeah, we think this is the best.
Like this is a game where you catch bugs and fish. Like it's, like I said about the comedy films at the Oscars. Could be the funniest movie of all time. Not getting the Oscar.
Yeah, and if you think Animal Crossing is the best game of the year, guess what? You're not alone.
Yeah.
Go on the Animal Crossing Reddit page, and guess what? You'll find plenty of people like you, and you guys can talk about how great the game is.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, you know.
But if we're talking about this,
yeah, it's not winning.
Hades also.
Probably not, just because of on the systems, the roguelike way it is. I don't know.
It's because it's an indie game. Look,
definitely.
The way the Game Awards works is that there's always one indie game on the Game of the Year selection list just to be like, yeah, we love the indie game. You know what I mean? Heck, we love the independent spirit. An indie game would have to be like the most amazing thing in the universe to actually get Game of the Year.
Yes.
Hades, great game.
Yes.
We saw it, great game.
In fact, in terms of fun, it could be the best one on there.
Mm-hmm. But let me put it like this. Celeste was nominated in 2018 Game of the Year. Didn't win it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Celeste, most people thought of Celeste as like, they thought higher of Celeste than they thought of Hades, and Celeste didn't get it. So I think if something like Celeste isn't getting that Game of the Year, I don't think Hades is going to get it.
Right, I agree.
Like, this is their way of saying, yeah, we like the independent spirit, but, you know, the people who made Hades, they're not the ones paying the bills of this event.
Yeah, Sony's got the money.
Yeah, like Sony, Nintendo, those are the guys with the money. This is, like, you know, good try. Good effort. So, unfortunately not. Now, after that, Doom Eternal, just said, great, amazing game.
Excellent.
Great game.
A+.
But I think...
Is it the type of game that the judges would pick?
Look.
I don't think so.
It's a first-person shooter. But not just that, but it's...
It doesn't provide that ultra cinematic experience.
Yeah, it doesn't...
Other games
heck,
provide.
it doesn't make you, like, think, man. Like, hey. Look, Doom Eternal is for people like us who go...
Basically.
It's for fucking idiots.
It's for Tarzan.
It's for idiots.
Yeah, really.
And, like, it's...
Actually, if you're Arab, you'll probably love Doom Eternal, honestly.
It's for fucking idiots, okay? So, we want to talk about, like, comedy films. Doom Eternal is, like... I'm trying to think of, like, a high-profile action film.
Mm.
Like, a high-profile action film winning Best Picture. Again, that's not going to happen.
Right.
Like, it's more likely than a comedy film to get, like, Best Picture at the Oscars, but you're not going to see Die Hard get Best Picture. Even though it might be the best film of the year. Best action film of the year. Never get it.
Right.
So Doom Eternal's in that same boat of, like, game's great. Game's amazing. I think everyone who plays this game will love this game.
Yes.
But it doesn't make you think, man.
Yes.
It doesn't make you think. And it's still like, okay, I said everyone who likes the game, who plays the game will like it. That's not actually true because it doesn't have that a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Right. No, it wants you to play a certain way, and that's how you're gonna play it.
Yes. And if you don't enjoy playing that certain way, you're not gonna like it.
Like if you don't like first-person shooters, don't get Doom Eternal.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah, like you won't like it.
Like this
it has a chance, but I don't know.
No, like I still think a very small chance, more than these two.
Yes,
but still like very unlikely. After that, say Final Fantasy VII. So, and then let me talk about these three games in a group. I think if you have a vote split situation,
right,
where the Sony vote gets split between Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2, I think the most likely game to come through out of that is Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
I don't think the Game Awards, like, in their history, they've very rarely given Game of the Year to a Japanese game.
Right.
I think it's happening more recently, actually. In 2017, they gave it to Breath of the Wild.
Okay, that was a good game.
And in 2019, they gave it to Sekiro.
Also a great game.
So they're more recently they've been giving it to more Japanese games, but it's still like not that common for them to do it. I think Final Fantasy VII is also like The Last of Us 2. It has some like
it had some outrage.
Yeah, it had controversy around it. I think, but no, if there's like a sort of tie situation between Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us Part 2,
okay,
Final Fantasy VII is the most likely to like come out of that fire.
I can see that. But I feel like there won't be a vote split between Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us 2.
Okay, tell us.
Because I feel like everyone says, yeah, Last of Us 2 worst game ever, Ghost of Tsushima best game ever. That's the general consensus that I see on the internet, at least.
I think The Last of Us Part 2, like under normal circumstances, like if they didn't do certain things in the game,
yes,
I think The Last of Us 2 of these nominees would run away with it.
Oh yeah, of course,
easily run away with it.
It's a sequel to one of the most critically acclaimed games.
Now again, I didn't care about what they did. In fact, I think
I liked it.
Like the like we said, we think the second one's better than the first one.
I get to play as a super buff person and knock people out of my fists.
I mean, again, this appeals to us.
To us cavemen.
But a lot of people were like, like this is like we love the first game. The second game like took away the things that we like about the first game.
Right.
Now again, journalists loved this game, but if you're looking at the risk reward of giving it to The Last of Us 2, there's a lot of risk to like, because people are gonna come back and be like, oh, you only gave it to it because of this and that, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of reward to giving it to The Last of Us Part 2, even though, like I said, it has the profile of a game, like cinematic action adventure, heck, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know. Acting's good.
The graphics,
all this stuff. Like, it has the profile. But if you want to talk about the safest choice, I think Ghost of Tsushima is like
the pick. Yeah.
The safe choice. Like, cause, you know, players really liked it.
And no one will get mad if they pick Ghost of Tsushima.
Even though, you know, Ghost of Tsushima has the lowest Metacritic score of any of these games. Actually, by a lot. Which is interesting. But I think a lot of people be like, yeah, you know, like an open world game. Still, you stealth a bit, you fight a bit. Good graphics, writing's good.
Samurai,
I guess. Yeah. Samurai, heck, you know, it's an interesting setting. It's just the safe. It's the safe one. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So for me, those are from least likely to most likely. Say.
Yeah.
Extremely unlikely.
Yeah, probably least likely.
Extremely
really
unlikely. Very unlikely.
Yeah.
Hey, probably not, but there's a chance. There's still a chance this comes out.
There's a chance.
There's still a chance this is what it is, but I think Ghost of Tsushima's
like
the safe.
For sure, like it's gotta be between Ghost of Tsushima, Last of Us 2, and Final Fantasy VII Remake, like for sure.
You know, the thing is that like we're talking about this right now, but I promise you, if Cyberpunk had come out earlier, enough to like. Now that game might also end up being like The Last of Us Part 2, where people are super hyped, and then it turns out like it does something that people really don't like.
Right.
It's possible, but I think if Cyberpunk had been included on this list, would have run away with it. Like, we wouldn't be having this conversation. And we're like, oh, you know, Cyberpunk. But, heck, you know, 1 delay, 2 delay, 3 delay, you know, it'll come out eventually. We'll get it in 2077.
Basically, it's Final Fantasy versus 13 again.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That game came out. Man.
And until you said that title, I was like, oh, that's right. That's what they used to call it.
That's what it was called. 10 years ago, 13 years ago, I forget how long. How long was it? How many years?
For it to come out from when it was announced?
When it was announced,
okay, it was announced in 2016.
Oh, not that one announced, when they showed the trailer for Versus 16.
No, 2006.
2006,
yes.
Okay. Wow, and it came out...
2016.
10 years.
10 years.
Man. Oof.
I think they showed the first piece of concept art for Cyberpunk. I might be wrong about this. I think they showed that first concept piece like before Witcher 3 came out.
Wow.
I think. I could be wrong about that.
I mean, hopefully this comes in December. We don't have to wait anymore.
Inshallah. So yeah, I think that's... I think we're good
overall,
on
I think we said some good points.
Yeah. We don't want to talk about that much about everything else, but we could sort of go through like some of the bigger categories. I think we talk about game direction. I mean, that's a little more nebulous for what exactly distinguishes them.
It means the same thing as Game of the Year to me.
But what I think is, if there is a split between this and this, I think whichever one of the Sony games does not get Game of the Year will get this.
Game Direction.
And I think, like, you say award for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game, like, this is all bullshit, but...
Yeah, okay, this is a bunch of words.
I think this is more likely to get it.
Okay.
So, I would say... Oh, so we, like, neither of us have played this.
Mm-mm.
There's a chat, like, I love Half-Life. I know you haven't played it.
I have not played Half-Life.
But...
Don't shoot me.
This, Half-Life Alyx, that could be, like, the best one of any of these games. Very easily, in fact. But خلاص, like, you know what I mean? I haven't got $1,000 headset to play this game with. So I don't know about this. Maybe this gets, I don't know.
It's possible.
But I think, like, there's going to be a split between these two, whichever one.
I can easily see Last of Us 2.
Yeah. So, like, this category is, like, whatever. Best narrative.
Not Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Fuck that game.
I haven't played this.
Me neither.
So, I know it's by a studio that made it's called Vanillaware. They've made good games that I've played in the past. I didn't even know this game existed, so I don't know. I'm sure it's good, but this is another one where not this. Probably not that. I would be very surprised if this got it.
Just hit you out of nowhere.
I don't know about Hades. Like, we didn't play enough of us to know the narrative. But again, this is another one where it's going to be one of the Sony games.
Maybe Ghost of Tsushima, I think.
The Last of Us Part 2, like, this is the category that makes it controversial, not the gameplay.
Yes.
So, oops, what did I do? Yeah, this. Oh, Allah. Oh, I understand.
Hey, the NSA are hacking us.
خلاص, Donald Trump got us.
Man, hey, he's not the president anymore.
Well, he's still the president
he's
right now.
He's still the president right now, but...
Yeah. What
God
is this?
God bless America.
God bless America. Where are we? Here? Yeah, this. Ghost of Tsushima is the easy pick, safe pick. Best art direction. I mean, we saw Hades looks very good. Oh, you like this stuff?
Yeah, they heard us trash talk D-Trump. They're coming after us. Art
Amazing
direction,
character models.
The models were great, but those JPEGs, I don't know, man. I don't know, like, I don't know how you can have like two exact opposites in the game.
And this game's like 100 gigs, by the way.
Yeah.
Good art direction here, actually. Maybe, but I think best art direction is the one they like to say for the indie games. For like the ones that have like the cool watercolor graphics. So I think probably Ori and Hades. I mean, they have very similar aesthetics.
Okay.
I think Hades looks really cool. Ori also looks good, but I think Hades looks cooler.
Okay. Yeah, it does look cool.
Best score and music, again, I think if they give Final Fantasy 7 anything, it might be this. Like how it's got
it had like good remixes like on the original score.
Super Giant Games always has like good scores though. Hades is a decent I mean, I would say these two less likely. Any of these three, but I think probably Final Fantasy 7.
Okay.
I think it's the easy one to give.
That's the easy pick for sure.
Best audio design, like
I think probably Resident Evil 3 to be honest.
Resident Evil 3. I mean, look, we both love Resident Evil.
Okay, so I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. Like I played Resident Evil 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7.
No 6, huh?
Not 6. But you know, I played the remake of 1, remake of 2, remake of 3. 3 is a good game. It's fun to play. It's just so short. It's like a mini donut that tastes really good, but it just finishes.
5 hours. Still.
Like, I mean, what the fuck? I don't know. I don't know what to say. You know.
But the audio design.
The audio design, like when Nemesis is coming, like you hear the footsteps.
Yeah.
So you know he's coming. So the fact that they paid attention to those like small cues, I think was really good.
Look, I have a degree in film, so I know part of what goes into making good audio design, but that's just one of those things that most people are like, like, you only notice audio design if it's bad.
Right.
You know what I mean? If the audio design's doing its job, like, for you to notice it, it either has to be bad or it has to be like, wow. Like, you play Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That one was like way.
Oh man, Modern Warfare 2019, amazing audio design. Like the first time I heard a claymore go off, I literally thought like my house was getting nuked or something.
It won this award last year.
It did?
Yes.
I can see it was amazing.
So yeah, this is one where it's like you have to be paying a lot of attention. Now for best performance. Now all of this on the right, this does not matter. It's gonna be one of these two.
No,
like we already know this.
Yeah, I don't really know who they would give it to.
It's like
it's
they both they both screamed.
They both did good.
Yeah.
They both did good.
They both did good. There was a lot of screaming, a lot of crying, a lot of people getting the shit kicked out of them.
I'm waiting for the day we see Arab for best performance.
I don't know, maybe Logan Cunningham. We can't see him. Maybe he's Arab. But no, 100% for sure it's one of these two. Like, it's hard to say. You know what I mean? Like, they both kind of like screamed a lot, cried a lot. Mm-hmm. If you had to make me pick, probably Laura Bailey.
I think I would pick Laura Bailey, but I think if you say who's slightly more likely to win, probably Ashley Johnson.
Now, here's the thing. There's a little bit of politics behind picking Laura Bailey as well. Because she actually got a lot of death threats for playing this game. For Look, what the fuck are you talking about?
People are crazy, man.
These people are fucking insane. Like, I'm not laughing at her. Like, I'm laughing, this is the kind of world we live in.
Yeah.
What the fuck? So there is a little bit of politics where it's like you give it to her, heck, as also a kind of way to say, I'm not saying, like, let me make it clear. If she gets it, I'm not saying it's because of, like, a pity award. You know what I mean? But it's one of those things where you're thinking about it from an industry perspective. Like, how, there's kind of a little bit of...
Those things this person suffered for playing this character, They deserve something for it.
Yeah. So, again, like, we're not saying, oh, no, she only got it because, heck,
no, she did a good job. Like, if she got it, she deserved it.
Yeah. But yes, for sure, easily. Not even a question. It's going to be one of the Last of Us people. This category, look, we didn't play any of these games. Although, this is always one of the, like... I like looking at this category. It's for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social message or meaning. One of these days, we're going to get a game with Arab in it. That is in this.
Inshallah.
Like, it's like... Yeah,
Arab, but we're not, like, exploding things,
Yeah. Like, one day, we'll be here. But...
Inshallah.
If I look, I like looking at this because it always has, like, the weird games in it. Like, this is the kind of category that Hellblade won.
That was a good game.
I think.
Yeah, I had fun with that game.
Most of these games, like, look, we looked at this. This isn't a game. I'm pretty sure it's not a real game. Like, a lot of these tend to be, like, very, very story heavy.
Right.
This one was made by the people who made Life is Strange. I like Life is Strange.
Yeah,
so maybe this is an interesting... I have this on my wish list. This one, I might get... It's only like $8, we said? Like, yeah, maybe I'll give it a try. It's only like 2 hours long. I know a lot of people like this game. Spiritfarer. It's like a management type game, indie game. Got a lot of attention. I don't... Like, again, that's another one that's on my wish list. I haven't played it. I'm not super into management games.
Me neither, but I'm very open-minded. Like, I'll give anything a chance. If it's good, it's good.
Yes.
But
I think it's only...
I know what type of games I like.
Yes, we know.
We like the home games.
But I don't know. Like, yeah, like I said, we'll give everything a chance. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, this is the kind of category I might play these games because these also tend to be like very cheap. Like, a lot of these games are like $10. But for now, we don't have much to say. Like, I'll say maybe. Best ongoing award.
I don't know. Maybe Warzone. I feel like Warzone's always been, super high on Twitch, and they've updated a lot and given it a lot of stuff.
Yeah, this is the Twitch award, basically.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I can see Fortnite getting it too.
Outstanding development of ongoing content. Like, so it's like
how it evolved, how it changed, right?
Yeah. So,
I mean, yeah, I never played Destiny 2, so I couldn't say. Maybe Destiny. I have friends that play Destiny 2, and they like it a lot.
I didn't know.
But I think Warzone is at least what I think would be the pick.
I don't know what's going on with No Man's Sky. People keep telling me, oh yeah, this is the time they made it good.
Oh yes,
the game's good now. I don't know, maybe, but like the game came out in 2016.
Yeah. This is the 2020 Game Awards.
So we'll see. But this is one where, like, I don't have a great attachment to these games like us, you know what I mean? I don't play a lot of these multiplayer shooters. Best indie game, I mean, we can tell you, like, this is gonna win. We already know that.
Yes, of course.
Hades is gonna win this award. I know that, again, Spiritfarer was also in the other category, so that's getting more representation. This...
Well, that's the meme pick.
That's the meme pick, right? I don't know, like, if Hades wasn't here, I think there'd be more of a conversation about this. Because, like, for these games, sometimes the Game Awards, they try to do this thing where you have to balance, like, I guess what the critics think and what the players think, right? So when you have the big meme picks here...
Right, the players love it, but the critics are like...
like, how is a game for... what is this?
It's a game for everyone.
Yeah. And we don't like games for everyone.
No, we don't. We like games for monkeys.
So, I mean, Hades is gonna get it. We already know that. And, like, I don't have a strong opinion here. I know Carrion is a game, like, it's where you play as a wash.
Oh, okay.
So you play as this thing that you see here.
That's cool. He reminds me a little bit of Aku, but he's like a cloud. Aku from Samurai Jack.
This is like a disgusting blob. Like, it's not like Red Mist. You're a disgusting blob that, like, assassinates humans and shit. Like,
that sounds like fun, actually.
Yeah, it could be a good game. I haven't played it. I hear it's a Metroidvania, though.
Okay.
Which seems weird to me. Like, like, you're playing as this disgusting fucking gross ass. I don't know.
It seems like you're one of the monsters in the Metroidvania.
Yeah, so that's, like, I wouldn't make a game where you play as this Metroidvania. I'm not sure if it is. That's what I heard. But also Spelunky, too. I mean, you ever play Spelunky? Another roguelike. I mean, people really like Spelunky 1. I didn't really, like... It was one of those roguelikes that I just kind of fell off of. I was like, okay, you know what I mean? I'm sure this game is good, but, like, this is, like it's not close. Like, it's gonna be Hades. Meme pick. Again.
Wait, there's Pokemon Cafe Mix? I didn't even know that was a game.
I don't know what this is.
Oh, I'll make sure to download that on my OnePlus.
OnePlus?
Oh, yeah.
China?
Hey, guys, OnePlus phones are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? We got sponsored by...
Yeah, sponsored by OnePlus.
Sponsored by China. Sponsored by China, but best mobile game, I mean, this is another one where it's like, meme pick?
Yeah, maybe. Call of Duty Mobile was actually fun. I played it for like a week, and it was really fun, but I ended up just deleting it because it took up so much space on my phone.
Didn't this come out earlier, though? I feel like this is...
I remember playing it, like back when we had like college, you know, before the virus.
Yeah.
So.
But it come out late 2019, like very late? Is that why it's here?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Genshin Impact.
It's possible Genshin Impact.
So
sure.
I played a little...
lot of people liked it.
Yeah, look, I played a little bit of it on my PC. I don't know what it's like to play it on a phone. It was Breath of the Wild. Like, you could see from, like, the graph, everything. It was Breath of the Wild.
But waifus.
Number one, but waifus, and number two, without the main thing that made Breath of the Wild interesting, which is the freedom. Like, I didn't feel like it gave you that same, like, use of physics and shit. You know what I mean? Without that, Breath of the Wild, just a big world where you fight things. Like, I didn't play a super big amount of it, so maybe, like, it develops in crazy ways, like, in the mid-game. But for, like, the early to mid-game, it's like, I don't know what this is. Oh, this is Riot Games, actually.
Okay.
LOL.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, this game has some prestige behind it, I guess.
Okay.
I've never heard of it. I don't know what it's about. Is this, like, Legends of Runeterra? Is this the card game they made? People are gonna kill us, by the way. People love LOL. They're gonna kill us for not knowing what this
League of Legends. Honestly, I have a friend, another Arab. All he does is yell and scream when he plays League of Legends. I'm not trying to get into that, you know. I'm trying to keep my soul pure. I'm trying to go to heaven, you know. I'm trying to stay a nice person.
Inshallah. One of our fellow Grey Zone members, Rob, loves League. Seen him play League. Yeah. That's another guy who swears about League. But I don't know if this is so. It's probably like if they're going for the meme pick. I mean, look, this is the biggest game of the year.
Like, yeah, everyone loved Among Us. Like, I went on Twitch and Among Us was beating all the games.
Yeah,
all the games that you would pay for.
Yeah,
this was beating them.
if there's anywhere where they're gonna give it to the meme pick, it's this.
Yes.
Like I think this.
Like I think Among Us got bigger than Fall Guys.
Yeah. No.
Like Fall Guys went on there, stayed on for like a week, and then went off.
Yeah. Like,
but Among Us is like even still up there to this day.
I don't like Among Us that much. Like I'll be honest, cause it's fun for like the first 10 rounds, and after that you're like, bro, we already like. Where do you keep talking about the same shit?
It's fun. I think if you're playing with like with the guy, if you're playing with all the cousins and your friends and all the Arab, and like, wallah, I didn't do it, bro. Wallah, I'll buy you a sub. I swear it wasn't me.
What the fuck?
I can see it being fun.
But still, like, I don't think it has like. Well, even when you're playing it with your friends, there's just a point where you realize like.
It's the same.
We had the same conversation like 20 times.
Right.
Yeah, I like this category I don't care about, but I think Among Us probably takes it. After this, I think this is where we start getting into the categories we don't give a shit about. I mean, this is another Twitch award basically. Yeah, I don't know. Outstanding community support, transparent. This is the PR. This is a PR.
Maybe
award.
Fortnite. I don't know. We gotta give something to Fortnite, right?
Do we?
I guess.
This game's 3 years old.
Yeah.
The main game's even older, but the rest like when we start getting into the stuff like we don't
VR,
have VR. But Half-Life's gonna win.
Yeah,
that's not a question. After this, we're getting into like innovation and accessibility.
Assassin's Creed.
So here's what I learned. Apparently, Assassin's Creed was eligible for awards this year. It showed up nowhere except here. What did that tell you about this newest Assassin's Creed? Probably sucks.
Amazing. I don't know. A lot of people seem to me. I don't like Assassin's Creed, but I have a friend. He swears up and down by it. He's like, yeah, bro, Assassin's Creed, my favorite series. And what he did is he literally replayed every single Assassin's Creed game, like during the virus when he was staying home.
Oh my god.
Yeah, all of them.
Okay, I have a video on my channel where I talk about the Prince of Persia. I also shit talk about the Assassin's Creed. Like how
I liked 1 and 2. Especially 2.
Look,
2 was really fun. Like, it was really focused into the stealth genre, right?
Look, Assassin's Creed 2 was like one of the best games of its time.
Yes.
I would never argue that. But after that...
Once we went to 3, I heard 4 was good, but I didn't play it. But
4's fine.
3 was
4's fine.
I don't like 3 at all. And then after that, it was like, they messed up the story. I felt like they went away from what made it Assassin's Creed, right?
No, they turned it into a mix of Witcher 3 and Dark Souls, which sounds like an amazing thing to do. Except it did the Witcher 3 part shitty, did the Dark Souls part shitty.
Right.
And the Assassin's Creed part became just mash X to climb on a thing.
Yeah, it had the dumb stuff, basically.
So... although this is also one of the only games that has like an Arab protagonist. Like obviously not the Valhalla, like not the... like... the... what do they call it? Animus part. Like obviously this is most of the game you play is this guy, but the Desmond person, her name is Farah, I think.
Farah?
Yes.
Oh, that's the one thing about these games. The Arab are the good guys. Finally.
Yeah, I think it's Farah or something like that. You play as an Egyptian woman. Okay. So
at least we got someone, huh?
Yeah, that's cool, I guess.
So Assassin's Creed should be our favorite game ever.
Yeah, I guess. Inshallah, they make a good one.
I also think the Viking setting is cool.
Yes.
I mean, Vinland Saga, the anime.
If
you guys like anime, watch Vinland Saga.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
But I don't know what this is. Recognizing software, pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by an even wider audience. I don't know if they can make controllers with Braille. You think that probably exists, right?
Probably. I mean, I know the PS5 controller has like little grooves in it, and it's actually like the X, circle, triangle, square buttons for the PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a little tiny one. So I'm sure they have like stuff with Braille for sure.
Like, I'm not sure what they're talking about here, to be honest. Like, I don't know. Here's the genre awards. So this is a little more interesting, but like,
probably Doom.
Here's what we know. These games were not nominated for Game of the Year.
Right.
These two were. So it's gonna be one of these two.
Of course.
I think Doom is probably the front runner here.
Like if you think of action, I think of Doom.
Yeah,
okay. Like what's the first thing that comes to mind? It's that.
Yeah. So if Doom is like 4th place in the Game of the Year category, it's gonna win this one. Neo, I played Neo 1. It's fine, but I didn't think it was that interesting, to be honest.
Okay, I never played Neo.
And Neo 2 Neo 2 did more of the parts of Neo 1 that I didn't like.
Okay.
Because Neo 1 is a Dark Souls clone that had too much of the small text game in it.
Oh.
And a lot of the small text game, just like, here's a plus 0.2 lightning
Honestly,
offense on the fucking shit.
Wallah, I hate small text games so much because I already play on a small TV. I play on like an 18-inch TV or something like that. And like, I don't like sitting that close anyway, but like, if I want to read text that small, I actually have to stand up and like look at my TV because I can't see it.
Yeah.
So to me, like, anytime that I see that, like, I just don't even want to play it because I just have to keep getting up and down. Like, the gameplay can be great, but if it has too much of that, I can't do it.
Yeah, I just, like, it's not for me. Like, I want to play a game. I don't want to, like, sit there and look at my inventory for 10 minutes at a time. And then Streets of Rage actually is a game for Akhwats.
No,
so,
okay, this is a game for us.
It's a game where you walk to the right and punch people, like, you know what I mean? Old school. Actually, if we played this co-op, we might have fun.
Okay.
But
yeah, I'd be down for that.
I don't think
we gotta beat Donkey Kong Country first.
Oh my god,
that game is hard, bro.
We're too dumb to play. Like, we're too dumb for
like,
Donkey Kong Country.
Like, hey, you jump over it, and then the bee comes and stings you, man.
Nah, we're too dumb to play Donkey Kong Country. So what does that make us?
Hamad Kong. Hamad Kong.
Oh my god, but no, Streets of Rage 4, it doesn't have the clout to even come. Like, the fact that Streets of Rage 4 is here tells me that this wasn't a very strong year for action games.
Right.
And now that's not talking shit about the game. I'm talking about like the profile of the game.
For action games, I feel like just in general this year was just it was okay.
I go down the best action adventure. Well, I guess Assassin's Creed did get nominated here, but here's the thing. Whichever wins Game of the Year is winning this one too. So whichever one of Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us Part 2.
Ghost of Tsushima.
But
they got Spider-Man in there, which is interesting.
Spider-Man, which we heard apparently we're poor. We don't have PS5s. Apparently, it did come out on PS4.
Yes. I might just get it on PS4.
I guess we can play the shitty version of the game on PS4.
Not the budget version.
Not the budget version. Yeah. The one for budget people. But we didn't play this. I mean, if it's anything like the first one, it's like, hey, it was good. It was good. Good game. In fact, probably better than Ghost of Tsushima.
But it's really short though.
Yes, that's what we heard. It's a very short game. Trash.
Assassin's Creed, bro. Everyone likes Assassin's Creed. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Actually very fun.
Actually, you tell me. So I haven't played this game yet. A lot of people like it. Is it true that Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order might actually be the best one of these games?
Actually, I haven't played all of them, but it's very possible. In terms of gameplay, it's solid. It's very similar to Dark Souls. You know, you roll to you have the iframes on you roll through them, and you hit them. You have the force powers. It's really just Dark Souls with like a Star Wars skin on it and just like a few extra powers thrown in there. So the gameplay was fun. The story served the purpose of the game, right? You were like working with these Jedi people. You fight these Sith. There's a betrayal. Then there's return to the light side, and then the game ends. So, honestly, it's very possible that in terms of gameplay, it's probably the best one. Yeah, I don't think it offers the cinematic, experience of Spider-Man or Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us, but it was really good.
I need to play it.
Yeah, no, you should play it. Yeah, if you haven't played just Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, I always see it on sale. You guys should pick it up if you haven't played it.
Also, I should note this is the only game here that came out in 2019.
Yes.
So there's that, which would really hurt. Like, I don't think it's gonna win anyway, but
no,
that really hurts it to come out like not this year to begin with. Best RPG. Look, here's the thing.
Hey, Persona 5 is wallah, it's the best game ever. Wallah, oh my god, Persona 5 is so good.
Persona 5, like, the fact that it's here tells me, like, if it's eligible for Best RPG, surely it should be eligible for Game of the Year. Like, it's better than this, and this. We already know this. So, I don't know what the politics is behind putting Persona 5 Royal here. and not anywhere else.
They just want an excuse to put Persona 5 in the game.
I have to assume that's what it is, right? I haven't played Royal yet. You haven't played Royal yet. I haven't. My brother's played it like 60 times. 100-hour game 60 times, by the way.
No, he somehow made it 14 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it, but he beat the game in 14 hours.
I think, yeah, like, also, Yakuza, I mean...
Yakuza 0? Amazing! Oh my god. He plays the biggest akhwat ever.
Oh my god, like, yeah, but this one's an RPG, so I don't know how that changes things.
Honestly, I just want to try it.
Yeah?
Well, Yakuza RPG? Why not?
Why not? Yeah. It's on Steam, so I'll probably play it on PC at some point. But if you talk about what's actually gonna win, it's Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII. If it doesn't get any other award, it's gonna get this one as like the pity award. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that one's easy.
Hey, here, have this piece of khibz.
We didn't even play. Like, what the fuck is this? What is this? Old.
Yes.
Old. Not even like a real thing. Like, this is nothing. This is I don't know if you know anything about
Spike. Hero nobody knows. Nope. I don't know
Spike Chunsoft. They make like, so there's
I know Bandai Namco.
So Bandai Namco has a different studio that works on like the important, like they're the ones that made the Naruto ones.
Okay.
But Spike Chunsoft is like the tier below that. They make like the worst ones. So I haven't played this, never seen this. But the fact that it's here tells me that either they got really good really quickly, or this is a fucking weak category.
I think it was a pretty weak year for fighting games.
Because look, half of them are, or two of them at least, Arc Systems. Weeb Fighter.
Yes.
They're all the ones who made Fighter Z, Dragon Ball Fighter Z. They made Blaze Blue. Like they make a lot of people like their games, but
I thought Dragon Ball Fighters was very good though.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun.
Do they give it to one of the legacy picks? Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, but these are old.
Honestly, I want to see like a new IP big like fighting game.
You know, Riot
we don't really see that.
Riot is working on one.
Okay.
Which hopefully will be good because like they care a lot about like making good games.
Right. Like I want to see like on Twitch like a huge fighting game that I can like tune in and watch the tournament. Because obviously we're not seeing Super Smash Bros anymore.
Rip. So maybe this, maybe that. Like if it's gonna be one of the Weeb Fighters, it's gonna be this one. This one has like a higher profile, I think.
Right.
But like, we don't care about this. It's all old. Best family game. We don't have families, but I mean.
Hey, bro, we gotta give it a Crash though.
Crash.
Yeah, come on.
We like Crash here.
The best. Yeah, we like Crash.
But again, meme pick. Maybe this. Who knows? Actually, there's 6 here. Have they been 6? No, these have all been 5. 6? Okay, some of these have more, I guess. I don't know why they felt the need to crowd this one, but I mean, this will win. This probably should win. I feel bad. I like the Paper Mario games. I know, like, you don't play much Nintendo games.
No.
Nintendo Mario is a lot of like.
I remember my friend when I was borrowing his Nintendo Switch. He really wanted it back just so he could play Paper Mario.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I like literally rushed Legend of Zelda and tried to finish it in like a week.
The Thousand Year Door, Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door, known as one of the better RPGs of its time. Actually, a lot of people like that one. This one I heard was weak.
Okay.
But this will win. Animal Crossing, easy. We like, cause we don't know. This we don't know because we don't play these games.
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Alright.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
I mean,
I heard Desperados 3 was good.
That's what we hear.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? It could be this. I think this game has a pretty high profile amongst people who like this kind of stuff. Unfortunately, we are idiots.
No, we're too stupid to play these types of games.
We need the waifus in it. If it doesn't have a waifu in it, we don't play it.
Actually, one of the best games, Senran Kagura.
Well, let's talk about Fire Emblem.
What Fire Emblem was fun?
That's a strategy game.
But Senran Kagura is better.
Best sports / racing.
I don't play racing games. Tony Hawk.
Car.
Everybody says Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 is the best game ever. You go on Metacritic, it's like number 1 and number 2, something like that.
Number 1 game on Metacritic is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. It's the second best game of all time.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, here's the logical conclusion of the best sports category. You have 2 games that are basically the same game every year.
Well,
and then you have literally the same game.
That's literally the secret to being successful in the video game field. You just make the same thing. You just change the graphics. Make the character appear more sweaty or something. That's it.
Bro, look at all these indie developers that try like very complex and hard things. Like think about making Hades, right?
Yeah.
Or any of the ones that were in that games for impact category, right? Mm-hmm. Imagine trying to make something really creative and weird. And then fucking EA comes like, like, shine the ball a little bit, like, us. 200 copies sold, 200,000 copies sold, 200,000, 20 million copies sold.
Like, why make something new when you can just use the same model of LeBron James over and over again?
Bro, we work too hard. Do you think, as people, did we work too hard?
Yeah.
We tried too hard, honestly.
Like, you guys got it all wrong, because the best-selling games are like Call of Duty, FIFA, and NBA 2K.
I think as the human race, we try too hard with things. Oh my! I don't know what's gonna win this. Like this isn't one. Maybe they give it to Tony Hawk just like for the lulz.
Yeah.
Best multiplayer.
I don't know. Yeah. Memes or games?
I don't know what Animal Crossing's multiplayer is about.
Among Us was popular. Call of Duty Warzone was really popular on Twitch too. Valorant also popular on Twitch. I think the gameplay was actually really good. Like,
here's the thing: do they give anything to Valorant in this game war? Like it was big for like 3 minutes, right?
Well, it was big because
they forced you to watch it.
Like
or some shit
you
like
had
that.
to watch Twitch streamers on Twitch, and then like once you got enough time watching, then you could play the beta.
Which, by the way,
it was so weird. The
most cunning strategy of all time, marketing strategy, because look, if your game is #1 on Twitch, that just makes it like sell more.
Yes,
because more people are seeing
it, and it's just like, yeah, it looks cool, and like it literally looked like Counter-Strike and Overwatch had a baby.
And like when you look at that, you're like, the way they made people get the beta by watching it. And by the way, Riot Games has the prestige as a company to like do this stupid shit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's very good in the short term to get your game up there. After that, it fell off. So I guess like the marketing scheme was better than the game. I mean, I don't know. I've never played it. I have no intention of playing it. But I'm just wondering, does it get any recognition in these awards?
I mean, if it got it, I wouldn't be mad. I think it would deserve it.
But again,
Warzone got it would deserve it. I think if Among Us got it, I'd be like, but whatever.
You have the war of the meme games.
Yes.
Maybe, like, I expect Among Us to walk out with something. I think best mobile game is, like, the easier category for it to win.
Yes.
So, but it could win here. Maybe this went, like...
We'll see.
Yeah. Maybe they give it to Fall Guys as, like, a condolence award. I have no idea, honestly. I think after this is just, like, all these... Like, we don't really care that much about these things.
All I'd say, Content Creator of the Year, you gotta go with Tim the Tap Man for me.
Tim the Tap Man?
Tim the Tap Man, amazing streams, bro. This guy's hilarious. He's bald, too.
This dude needs to put his fucking beard hair on his head.
Nah, bro, he went to Hajj, man. Look at it. He shaved his head and left the beard, bro.
This guy looks like a fucking...
Hajj Tim.
Hajj Tim. Actually, speaking of which, even this guy looks like... You said this guy lives here, right?
He lives, where we live.
Where we live?
Yeah.
Oh, he said we live in Michigan. We can say that at least. Yeah. He looks like he's from fucking Force.
Yeah.
But no, like when we talk about content creator, I mean, best debut game is like, again, we haven't played any of these. I know this is Dark Souls.
Okay.
So this is Dark Souls. We talked a little bit about this. The rest of these I had no.
I heard Phasmophobia was good.
This one has been very popular, actually. I have never played it. I hear it's a horror game, the way they describe it on Steam, a psychological multiplayer horror game. And let me tell you something. There's no game.
There's no such thing as multiplayer horror.
Not just multiplayer horror, but psychological horror.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Look, when you play, me and you, if we played Silent Hill 2 together,
you wouldn't find it scary.
We wouldn't find it scary. Why? Because I'm going to be next to you talking to like a bunch of fucking idiots. You know what I mean?
Course.
So
we'll be busy looking for all the glitches in the game and laughing at it.
So I don't know what a psychological multiplayer game looks like. I'm sure, like, this has been at the top of the Steam sale charts for a long time.
I feel like it would be kind of like a Left 4 Dead.
So maybe this gets it just because of its profile. Maybe this, but probably this. Honestly, it's probably this. After that, it's like with esports. We don't we watch a little bit of esports, but we don't know who these people are. This esports game, I don't know. Are they judging this based on the best overall esports experience to players?
I don't know. Counter-Strike's a good game. Very fun game to watch. Is Counter-Strike.
Fun game to watch. Big game, always
very big game, but it's hard for me to watch League because I don't understand what's going on.
Too dumb for League.
Yeah.
Baby Counter-Strike.
Yes, this is Counter-Strike for losers like me. This for console plebs.
So I don't know. Maybe, I mean, either of these winning would go to the same company, so I'm sure they'd be happy with either winning. But we don't like us. We don't know this shit. I think that's about it. So overall, I think we could pretty safely say this has been a very strong year for games.
Yes, I agree. 2020 was just a big L, like in general.
The whole thing was
the whole year was just astaghfirullah, man.
I think now the thing is there are like indie games that have come out that I have on my Steam wishlist. I'll get to someday, right? Maybe some of those indie games are better than all of these.
Right.
But if we're talking about like the big mainstream, like what actually
like the games that they presented to us,
these games are all good.
Yeah.
They're not like I wouldn't say. I mean, let's look at it like this. In 2019, Sekiro won.
Yeah.
Are any of these games better than Sekiro?
Yeah, like, imagine 5 years from now, are any of these games really going to be sticking in your memory and be like, oh man, I wish I played a game just like Ghost of Tsushima again, you know?
Well, you probably played many games like
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, I've played so many games like Ghost of Tsushima. It's not like I'm craving for that, you know?
Although we might be talking about Final Fantasy VII 5 years from now when we're
waiting
for the next
we're waiting for the next part.
I don't know. It's like, I mean, on the one hand, it's not. There is some diversity in their picks, which is good, but there hasn't been. This year did not have like the game. Like usually every year there will be like the game where it's so obvious. It's just like a big commercial success, a big critical success. You know what I mean? Like in 2017 was Breath of the Wild. Although 2017 was like the best year in gaming ever, but Breath of the Wild stood till 2018. It was God of War, right?
Right.
2019 and 2020 did not have the obvious like big game. That doesn't, at the end of the day, like we said at the very beginning of this, these people say doesn't actually matter.
Right. And so just people sitting on chairs and saying we think this game's the best, and other people can think differently.
Yeah,
that's fine.
But we talk about it because, hey, we like to think what the alam, we like
to hear what the alam say. You know what I'm saying? But as we always say, العالم ما بيفكروا.
It's true. That should be the
people don't think.
Yeah,
they're just like, pretty graphics. Yeah, this is the best game ever.
That should be the fucking tagline of this channel from now on. العالم ما بيفكروا.
They don't.
But we've also been people sitting in chairs talking about games.
Yes.
So
I think it's time to go outside.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think that was a good ending.
Yeah.
So has been a good friend Rami.
I'd like to thank you for disappointing me on the channel again. Honestly, it was a pleasure, and I hope we can do something in the future.
And this is Mustachio, I guess, signing off. And as we just said, remember, when you watch these awards on December whatever, sometime in early December, you could think throughout the entire presentation, العالم ما بيفكروا. It's true. But yalla, hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's probably ended up being way longer than we thought.
Yeah.
But I think we had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
And yes.
Take it easy, guys.
مع السلامة.
مع السلامة.